Hi everyone, it's Bernardo Moya, founder of The Best You, and today I'm with Darin Williams, who is, he works for Infusionsoft. He has a cool job because he goes around the world creating awareness of Infusionsoft, but also kind of training people. So hi Darin, thank you so much for being here.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm excited about this.
Great, thank you Darin. Well, for those of you that don't know about Infusionsoft, and you might be using a completely different system, and I've seen people still using loads of Excel sheets and working in the old way. Well, I came across Infusionsoft, I think probably around 7-8 years now, and we've been using it ever since. And obviously it's such a great system. It provides you, as far as I'm concerned, anything and everything that you need from a business point of view. They've thought of every single detail when it comes down to obviously collecting that data from these customers, to making sure that we make notes and we have these tasks and they're critical or not. And, that we can send email marketing and that we can collect money and we can collect those names and email addresses through web forms and we can set up campaigns and follow-up sequences. So all the amazing, you set up your products, affiliates, referral partners. So it's such a great program. I can't imagine my life without it anymore. So thank you. Thank you so much for you and the team for creating such an amazing product.
Yeah, I'll pretend like I had everything to do with all that. So I'll take full credit for that. No, I'll pass it on to the rest of the big brainy people who do all that stuff.
Well, tell us about the big brainy people that developed this and created this, and when did it all start?
It started like 16 years ago, and it actually started with a couple different things. A guy who was trying to manage some, when you go to like a restaurant and there's someone maybe tying some balloon animals or something, and this guy was trying to manage, he had a couple people tying balloon animals and realized he needed some kind of system to help manage all that. So that's sort of where the roots of it started. And then there was another guy who was a real estate person, and he was trying to stay in touch with people. And he had sent out an email, and he was doing a little bit of email marketing. This is like really 15, 16 years ago, before people did any of that. And he sold a house or whatever. And then he decided he was going to do some special kind of offer, like some kind of extra special bonus thing. And so he sent that out to everybody on his list, including these people who had just worked with him. And they're like, hey, wait, we didn't get that special offer. So then he realized, oh no, I need to be able to somehow be able to segment this list as I'm doing this so that I'm not sending the wrong information to the wrong people. And so I'm able to customize it. So that's sort of where the genesis of this started. And then the founders of this 16 years ago realized there are so many small businesses out there who struggle with so many of these same challenges. I mean, you look at these big companies like a Home Depot or a Walmart or an Amazon, they have all the technology mastered, but some poor life coach or some nutritionist or someone who's selling books or whatever, we don't have quite the same technology and access to that. So the whole idea was to take this tool that someone might use in a sales force with a big company and make it available and customized and personalized just for small businesses. So that's how it started out.
Well, I've got to say, as I said, it's an amazing system. So what's your role in particular within Infusionsoft? What is it you do, Darin?
So I get to travel around the world and teaching people how to be more successful in their business. A lot of times those are small business owners, they're entrepreneurs who are struggling, trying to get organized, trying to, figure out what they're doing with their day, trying to really grow their business, and they're wearing so many different hats. So I get to go and I get to teach them and show them what technology can do nowadays. Most of the time, these people, maybe they don't know about landing pages. Maybe they don't know about opt-in forms. Maybe they don't know about segmenting a list and being in touch with people. So I get to show them, hey, guess what? Here's how things are being done nowadays. Here's what the technology is allowing you to do, and walk them through that and show them how they can do that and let them know. Because a lot of times they aren't even aware this technology exists. So I get to show them how it all works and give them the power of that.
That's great. Thank you so much. So apart from that, what are the specific tools that you think make an entrepreneur or someone that actually is using Infusionsoft? What do you think are the most used tools within the system?
Yeah, I think I'll say tags, and people don't really know what I'm saying by tags, but let me back up a little bit. I think the number one thing that any entrepreneur needs to be doing is building a segmented list. And a lot of times people don't understand it. Like, oh, I'm okay. I got a couple people, I'm doing some business, I got some clients or whatever. But the real way to build a business is by building a segmented list. If you spend all day long just working on building a segmented list, you would be miles ahead of everybody else. So the idea is you have this list of people and you own those people. Sometimes people they'll say, oh, I've got a lot of followers on Facebook or on LinkedIn. Well, you don't own those people. Owning is probably a bad word, but you don't own the communication that you have with those people. You just sort of, post something and hope somebody sees. Now, instead, you need to create a database, the names, email information, phone numbers if you want to be able to text them, other information about that person in a database. And then you have information that helps you communicate with them. Are they a past client? Have they never met you before? Did they hear you speaking somewhere? Are they over 50? Are they male? Are they female? Do they live in this area? Do they live in this area? So now when you know that information, you can communicate with them better. If you're like a parenting coach, and you know that someone has gone through your course before, now your information, whatever you communicate with them, should be different than someone who's never been to your course. Or maybe someone who has teenagers is going to need different information from someone who's got elementary school kids or whatever. So as you know the information about these people, you're going to be able to communicate with them better. There is a rule of thumb that for every one person that you have in your database, you should make $1 per month. And I don't know if that's actually accurate. And some people are way more than that. Some people are less than that. But the whole purpose, the whole idea behind that is the more people you have in your database, the more money you will be able to earn for your business because you'll be able to help more people. So grow the database, but not just randomly, grow it with tags. Inside of Infusionsoft, you put a tag on someone. Hey, they bought my course. Let me put a tag on them. Hey, they watched my video on my website. Let me put a tag on them. They live in this area. Let me put a tag on them. They came to a seminar I was doing, put a tag. So as you put those tags on, now you know information. You're able to really grow your business more intelligently when you do it that way.
Yeah, listen, it's funny because I've got quite a lot of salespeople obviously working in the team, and I've got a marketing guy and several marketing people, and we send loads of broadcasts and all sorts of things. But it's funny because I think ultimately at the end I've ended up being the one that knows Infusionsoft best. I know the important things of what it does, and this is one of the things that I really emphasize is the whole tags, and how important it is to be able to tag people, and also kind of untag, because if you've had someone that has completed a product or bought a product, because he was a prospect, but then he's bought, and you take him off that and you put him as a customer who is now, so it goes in a completely different cycle. So yes, it's the history, isn't it? The story, the DNA of that customer. So I understand completely what you're saying. And some people might say, well, these guys are going on about. Look, the important thing is that I think if you want to professionalize yourself, if you really want to take your business to kind of the next level, you need to have the right tools. I've learned you need to have the right tools. You need to be surrounded by the best people. And I'm very happy and proud that we've come across you guys and we're using you. So what type of, what would you say then, the people that are using Infusionsoft? I know it can vary very much, but what's the average?
Oh, yeah. It can vary very, 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 very much. The classic person, I don't even want to say that because it really cuts across all areas. Someone who's a solopreneur, who's a coach, who's a speaker, who's an author, who's trying to book more speaking engagements, who's trying to coach more people, they are ideal because oftentimes they are a virtual person and they don't necessarily have an office, and there's not like a storefront, and there's not a brick and mortar place. And so they live completely in a virtual space. And so they are fantastic for Infusionsoft, especially if they have some kind of digital course. So maybe they've got books, they've got a 6 week course or something that people can sign up. That can all be done completely hands off. So you have your database, you market to people, you nurture people along, you have some pre-recorded webinar that you might do that's like an evergreen, the people watch, people say, hey, that's great, I want to sign up for that. And so literally those people wake up in the morning and just find how much more money is in their account because they've got everything like hands off, virtually set up, all done, just churning away in the background while they're not manually doing it. And then there, of course, are people who are literally a baker or a karate shop or something like that. And those people are overwhelmed as well because they're trying to run the shop and they got to keep the door open and they got employees and they're juggling that all around. So those are the people who just set up some marketing in the background and those things just churn away and they have capture options to capture people's information and to market with them. So it really runs the gamut, but, and I don't want to say this because it sounds so obscure, anywhere from 1 to 100 employees, a business that understands marketing, that understands they need to be doing marketing, and has and wants to build the right foundation to do that. So it's sort of a vague answer, but all those people fit under that umbrella.
No, I get it. I completely understand. I mean, obviously, we're in the business of personal professional growth. We work with a lot of coaches, trainers, therapists, publishers, all sorts of people. So, you know, I think kind of within our community, you know, 6, 7 out of 10 people that I at least speak to, 5 out of 10, maybe at least minimum would probably know or have heard of Infusionsoft. So look, we're delighted to have you speaking at the Expo, Darin. So you're going to be sharing some of your ideas over there, and you're going to be talking about, what are you going to be talking about? And then I'm going to share in a minute the screen and talk to those of you that know you and whoever you can share this with, what the Expo is all about.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. What I really want to do is boil down to people, here's what you need to automate right now. So many people as a small business owner are thinking like, oh, I don't get it. I don't understand it. That's for big businesses. It is not. It is not just for big business. It is something that every single business needs to be doing. They need to have a system like Infusionsoft and be able to be automating some of these things. So automate lead capture, automate follow-up, automate the offers that you make to people, track everything they're doing. I'm going to show this. I'm going to show some case studies. I'm going to show what other people have done. So even if people are like, I don't get what to do, I'll give you examples of what some people have done and how they've been successful with that. Everything from a coach to a bookkeeping agency to brick and mortar shops to virtual things. I'll run through it all and give people really some good ideas. So if they've struggled with this, if they're struggling to grow their business, they want to get a better handle on things, this is critical to see the vision of what they could be doing.
Sorry, thank you so much. Well, what I'm going to do very quickly is to share the screen for those of you that haven't heard of the Best You Expo. Well, first of all, where have you been? We've been running these events in London for 3 years now. The last one we completed, which was in February, we had 12,500 people. We're doing our first one in Long Beach, so we're very excited about that. We're hoping we're going to get thousands and thousands of people showing up as well, but we've got 120 speakers. We've got an amazing lineup of brands, companies, organizations, Bulletproof Labs, Lululemon. We've got you guys, we've got City Gala. We have some fantastic partners there and 120 speakers. So with your permission, I'm literally going to share my screen very quickly. And what I'll do is just literally just give you a feel of what the Best You Expo. So to find out more about us, thebestyouexpo.com, and literally if you go to the US site over here, then you've got literally all the information regarding the speakers. Here you can see the show experience, you can see the floor plan, and we've got 9 different breakout rooms, so all the rooms are themed differently. A better world, mindfulness and well-being, health and lifestyle, passion to profit, best for business. We've got a Spanish speaking room, wealth and riches, empowering women, very popular. We obviously have a VIP area, yoga and meditation. We've got all sorts of stuff. The inspiration zone is very cool. We cure phobias live, teach people how to dance salsa, all sorts of kind of really cool random stuff going throughout 2 days, where we're literally pushing the boundaries of what people think is or isn't possible and breaking those limiting beliefs. So within the speakers lineup, we've got Jim Quick, Dave Asprey, Mastin Kipp, Dave Metzler, Nia Peoples. We've got Kyle Cease, Dan Clark. I mean, we've got an amazing lineup of speakers, and it keeps just going on and on and on. And I think there you are, Darin. And there you are. And you're going to be speaking on the 24th of March at 5 p.m. and the Best for Business. And here's what you need to automate in your business right now. Okay. So for those of you that basically have never heard, well, let me just make it clear for you. If you just go to, let's just Google, and if you just put Infusionsoft, well, you're going to find out that and I've got to say, one of the things that I love about Infusionsoft is I love many things, but one of the things is how the tutorials. So every time we have someone that is interested in joining us, I just take them through the whole tutorials, which literally covers everything, and we don't have to do much. So, but anyway, Darin's going to be speaking at the expo. We're going to have a booth over there, and we're obviously going to be explaining, for anyone that wants to find out more about Infusionsoft and kind of what you guys are doing. So Darin, I wanted to thank you so much for this morning. We kept it relatively short and sweet. I was just looking at that countdown. It keeps shocking me. You want these events?
Yeah, you know, it's getting close.
I know. Well, you want these events to happen. You know, eventually you're thinking, oh my God, oh, we've got 300 days, and then it's 200, and then it's 100. And then it comes down to 9. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, it's 8 days away. But, you know, there's part of you that thinks, oh, let's get this event done, and we can't wait to make it happen. And then there's the other part of you that's thinking, oh my God, it's still only 8 days. We still have so much to do. It doesn't matter how much you plan. It doesn't matter how much you or how many events you've done. There's always so many last minute things. So we're there, but we're very excited.
I am just as excited. You know, just as you're scrolling through that, there are so many powerhouse people there. I was glancing a little while ago at the schedule and some of the topics. It is just unbelievable that there is that much knowledge under one roof in such a concentrated time. This really is going to be an epic event.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, listen, looking forward to seeing you. And thank you so much for your time, Darin.
Anytime. We'll see you.